Today, we will be doing a quick review about the plot of a story. The first story that comes to my mind is one of my childhood favorites, The Three Little Pigs, and of course, the Big Bad Wolf. A familiar diagram, which kind of reminds me of a heartbeat, is just like the heartbeat of a story, because that's what the plot is. We have the exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. So let's take a closer look at all of these elements of a plot which makes a story a story. A plot is an organized pattern or sequence of events that make up a story. Every plot is made up of a series of events. First, we have the exposition. This usually occurs at the beginning of a short story. Here, the characters are introduced. We also learn about the setting of the story. Most importantly, we're introduced to the main conflict, the main problem of the story. Next, we have our rising action. This part of the story begins to develop the conflict. A building of interest or suspense usually occurs. So at this time in the story, this is where the Big Bad Wolf meets its first little pig in the straw house. Next, we have our climax. This is the turning point of the story. Usually, the main character comes face to face with a conflict. The main character will change in some way. Here is where all three little pigs are safe and sound in their brick house. Next, we have our falling action. All loose ends of the plot are tied up at this point. The conflict and climax are often taken care of. So the pigs are all safe and know they are safe at this time, while the Big Bad Wolf is making its way home. Fine, I'll just go to the store, he says. And lastly, we have our resolution. This is where the story comes to a reasonable ending. All characters at this point are satisfied as well as the reader. So the three little pigs are safe and sound, and of course the Big Bad Wolf has its steak instead of pork. So now it's your turn. Create your own story and have fun. But by the way, P.S., be creative with your plot. It's what makes a great story even greater. Good luck.